I was going to ask you about that. Like, how do you feel about having like the competitive market and sharing, not talent necessarily, I mean, you could, I guess, but sharing knowledge across that platform? I mean, like, given the fact that you helped start this inside social media, I feel like you're open to that. And it's, I don't know, I find it very interesting to watch, especially at like the networking events, right? The mixed media event, I saw competitors.
Sure.
I'm just me, so I'm going to obviously be friendly and say hi. And we're all here to learn, right? We're all here to learn. We're all here to network. There's a really large, like, sea of fish out there that we can all go fishing with. I am so pro sharing.
Yeah.
Just share the knowledge.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I think that you're always going to have somebody that views that as some kind of a weakness probably, but I think long-term, they're the ones that are it's going to be to their detriment to not do that.
Yeah.
Because I've always told people like, with blogs, you know, an article for that blog, let's say I have a series of articles. If I think about it beforehand, it is something that I can kind of reverse engineer. Like, great example, much different than blogs, Star Wars, right? Like George Lucas knew what the first 3 movies were. He had one story. He had to cut it into 3 movies, okay?
Yeah.
And eventually he actually told the front end of it as well. Poorly, but he did.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that if you think about it,
before I lose the thread, keep going.
Blogging, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to write about AI. Okay. Well, maybe I'll start out with prompt engineering. Okay. Well, what are like 3 other things I'll probably wind up writing about? Anyway, at the end of it, you could, you know, reverse publish this ebook about AI. But along the way, what you publish, if you've got comments on and people are contributing their thoughts and stuff to it, that end result's going to look different than each individual articles. It benefits from that conversation. Yeah. Everybody, as you noted, is trying to learn about this stuff at the same time. For you to be closed about it, I mean, sure, there's proprietary things that aren't going to benefit you from telling somebody else. But for the most part, everything I'm talking about are just things that if you don't know, you're going to figure them out sooner or later, right?
Well, and it's also, here's my thought process too. I don't disagree with you. I think that that's actually really spot on. I was going to just add to it to say, just because I have this knowledge and I share this knowledge with you doesn't mean you know how to execute that knowledge.
Correct.
So it's also a part of that execution process. Like, it might be something really easy for you to share in a blog post, share at some sort of speaking engagement, a webinar, whatever. But it's up to them to figure out how to implement it in the way that it works for their product, their solution, their client, etc.
Exactly. No, that's a great point. You're absolutely right. For them to just walk with it doesn't mean that they're going to be able to actually use it, put it to good use.
Thank you for listening. If you would like to rediscover your own story, please connect with us at any of the links below. My name is Jessie Heron. Thanks for taking a break with me.